Today is the last day we are going to be talking about World War I. We are going to finish it up talking about the Paris Peace Conference and the Treaty of Versailles. So World War I ended on November 11th, 1918. It's known as Armistice Day in the United Kingdom and in France. In the United States, we know it as Veterans Day. So we celebrate that on November 11th because it was the last day of World War I. The Paris Peace Conference took place in January 1919, 2 months after the war ended. Over 30 countries were involved in the negotiations after World War I ended, but only 4 really had control over what was going on. Those 4 were the United States and Woodrow Wilson, the United Kingdom and David Lloyd George, France and Georges Clemenceau, and Italy and their leader Vittorio Orlando. So those guys were the ones really deciding what was going to happen after the war. They were responsible for dividing Europe and creating new countries and taking territory from old countries like Germany and Austria-Hungary. Germany obviously was not pleased to lose so much land. They also had to get rid of a lot of their military. They weren't allowed to really have much of a military at all. And remember, Germany was very proud of their military. So you can imagine how embarrassing it was for them to have to get rid of more than half of it. So you're going to read the News ELA article about the Paris Peace Conference. And if you need to do extra research for the assignment, definitely do that. Include your sources. The assignment is to look at the News ELA article, look at research, and see if there was a way to avoid another war with Germany. Because remember, 20 years after World War I ended, World War II began. And it began because Germany was so angry with the Treaty of Versailles and how they had been treated after World War I. That paved the way for Adolf Hitler to come to power, and it led to World War II. You're going to write at least 3 paragraphs, no more than 5 though, about whether or not World War II could have been avoided if the Treaty of Versailles was written differently. So I want you to explain how it could have been avoided, what changes they could have made to the Treaty of Versailles. Be very specific in your explanation of how World War II could have been avoided or how it was inevitable and there's no way it could have been avoided. So be very specific in your reasons. If you're having trouble with it or if you're confused, you can call me or text me and I'll help you out. Have an awesome day, guys.